Riding with
One
traffic.
of those unicycle things.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Heading home. Heading home. All right, we made it. All right, hey, Smeggy here. We made it. I made it home. Okay. Let's go turn the light up on my GPS here. So hey, when I got to the airport, oh, the batteries no bueno. All my batteries are going bad. They're all low on charge. Let's put it like that. Okay. Yeah. So when I got to the airport, the batteries on my camera died. I don't think I charged it long enough. I've been having problems with my batteries, action camera batteries. Anyway, we made it back. We made it back with 11% charge. I did a lot of extra riding today. So we did a lap around the airport, and then I rode it back, and then I rode all the way up to Capitol Expressway, sort of, kind of, and then I was like, oh, you know what, I want to go buy some food, so I went to Wiener Schnitzels and bought food, and then we rode around. I rode around. I took a long way back, and then I took an even longer way back, and then I did another lap around. I went back to Capitol Expressway, and then I made another lap. I'll have a map. I'll show you a map of everything I rode today right now. Okay, anyway, I have to say I'm quite impressed with this controller. It does eat up more power on the when you're flogging it, but yeah, obviously, you know, it's pulling out more power. But we got 11% charge right now. Let's see, 11%. It's blinking. It's not happy, and there's not a lot of power. I notice. Well, anyway, we got 34.4 miles. Let's call it 34. 34 miles with 11% charge. That's really good. I remember the Supermoto setup for the Suron with the X controller would struggle to get 30 miles. It would struggle. Like, I remember I had to push. I remember I was pushing the bike back to my house, is so how bad it was. Like it made, I think it was like 28 miles or something. I can't remember if that's bike lane speeds or if that's just me just blasting around on the streets.
Okay, hey, Smeggy here. So that is it. That's all she's got. So I got 8%. I didn't even make it home. Crap. We're at 32.4 miles. So 5 miles less. 5 miles less. I think I'm gonna get on the sidewalk here in a second. All right, that's 5 miles less than with the 62 sprocket with the dirt wheels. So there you go. That's it. That is all it will give me until it's dead. You know, I didn't even make it home, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to walk home maybe like 3/4 of a mile or something. We almost made it, but not quite. And that last part was pretty painful. I had to ride it like half throttle. And I got all my gear on and I'm walking in the sun. Sucks. What I should do is get one of these bird scooters and see if we could tow my bike home.
Okay, sorry. The light won't turn off. So today's ride was 20 to 25 miles per hour averages in the bike lane. It was just all bike lane riding pretty much, unless I had to make a left turn or something, or I was trying to beat a light before it turned red. I wouldn't really get on it too much. I would say probably we were doing about half throttle. I have to say it's pretty zippy. It's pretty zippy going up to 25 miles per hour all the way until you get to like maybe below 40%. It's not like the X controller when it gets to like around 50%, you notice the power drop off. I didn't really notice, like at least going to 25 miles per hour, I didn't really notice any difference in power. You don't really notice it. Now you start to notice it when you get to about like 25 or 20%. Yeah, you notice like, oh, I got to twist the throttle more to get it to go 25 miles per hour. And then about 15%, you're going full twist, and it's barely able to make it to 25 miles per hour. So that's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, I'm quite impressed. I feel that I think like I said, 28 miles is how much this thing got left for, and it was dead. I had to push it home, and I could still ride this if I wanted to. It would still ride a little bit more. So I would say you probably ride it maybe another mile, maybe, but you wouldn't be going very fast. That's for sure. Um, the range estimator says nothing. There's no range. The range estimator is gone. I don't know what happened. um, oh, look at this. This is 11. It's synced up. 11 and 11. But most of the time, this is off. It always says you got more charge than thing. So I must have tuned it pretty well. We got 53.7 volts right now. You see, it's kind of hard to see the cameras. Oh yeah, I remember. I can dim the screen. Yeah, so 53.7 volts is how much we got. It says we got 11%, and this says we got 11%. So that actually works. It actually worked. But when the charge was higher, it didn't work. It's like it always says you got more battery percentage than this one. So yeah, I wish this could talk to this, because we found out that even in eco or sport mode, you're pulling about 1,000 watts power at 25 miles per hour average. Like kind of fluctuates a little bit, but also what else? Let's see if we can get some data here. Let's go this on small numbers. Okay, so here's some trip statistics. We rode 34.3 miles. We were moving at an average of 19 miles an hour. I would say, oh, okay, yeah. Whenever I went inside, like when I went inside Toyota or Walmart, I took the GPS with me. So there might be a couple extra miles. So we can say that zero point 0.4 miles, just cut that off. That's probably how many miles I walked with the GPS. And so we got a 19 miles per hour average. We were moving for almost 2 hours, 1 hour 48 minutes, and I was out for an hour and a half. I would say there was quite a few overpasses that we went over, probably more than a handful. But other than that, it was all flat. So yeah. And I tried to use the regen as much as possible, like I would on like a electric motorcycle. I would just regen and then let it regen hard until we got close to where we need to stop. And if we're still rolling, then I'll get on the brakes, so I don't go past the line, And and I think I must have punched it maybe like a handful of times. I actually rode it kind of fast at the airport because they don't really have good bike lanes at the airport. I found that out. I was like, it's kind of scary riding at the airport because the cars go so fast in some places. So now it's at 10. Now it's at 10% because the bike has been sitting for a while. And I also want to say today was a cool day. It's like cold right now. When it got to like 4 o'clock, like 1600 hours, it got really cold. I was like, man, I don't even ride anymore. And I'll tell you this seat feels like if you're sitting on a piece of plywood after about like 10 15 miles, man. So yeah, my ass is not happy right now, I'll tell you that. But yeah, and also I want to say, I'm see the backpack I'm wearing. This thing is loaded. It's loaded up. It's loaded with transmission fluid, chain lube, food. I put food in there, and some other stuff. Some like tacks and another and yeah. So the transmission fluid is the stuff that weighs the most, though. It's kind of the stuff that we bought today, and yeah, I'm quite impressed. I'm impressed. 25. It went 30 almost 35 miles. We could go a little bit more too. So I think the range got a little better. I think that regen helps. The regen helps a lot. Um, yeah, it's better than the X controller. That's for range. It's better. If you're flogging it, your range ain't gonna be as good as the X controller because you're pulling a lot more power from the battery. But just casual riding on the street, 25 miles per hour in the bike lane, you can get over 30 miles. That's pretty impressive. I want to say. Now I'm wondering if I put this 62 sprocket on, what the range will be. If we're just doing the bike lane, I bet we could easily get 40 miles. So like I said, I did take this to a bike party, and it almost did 40 miles. Like we rode like 35 miles, and I still had charge when I came home. I still had maybe like 15% or something. We could have probably rode to 40 miles, but that's with the X controller, and we were riding at bicycle speeds, man. We were following bicycles. We were going like 10, 15 miles an hour, really slow, man. Those are really slow speeds for the Suron. That's all I'm gonna say, man. The Suron will cruise at like 20, 25, no problem, no problem. So today was a fun day, testing out the range. Riding in the bike lane. Sometimes riding in the bike lane kind of sucks. You got these cars that park in the bike lane, cars that they turn right into the bike lane to cross. People don't see you. And then you got to go around cars and all these obstacles and stuff. Yeah, riding in the bike lane kind of sucks sometimes, but hey, it's like you got your own personal lane. Also, another interesting thing to notice, I didn't run into any bicyclists today. There were like no bicyclists in the bike lane today. I don't know what it is. It's just not a good day to go bicycling, I guess. So I pretty much had the lane all of myself, and I was passing traffic like a lot when we got to commuting hours. So yeah. So like I said, I'm really impressed with the BAC2000 controller. And I had just installed this little thingy. Oh yeah, see, it's got some mud on it already. Yeah, I'm really impressed. 34 miles with like 10 and 11% left on the battery. Yeah. So it still functions. You could still ride it. I didn't ride it until we get to the low voltage cutoff. When you hit low voltage cutoff, it'll just die on you. You won't have any throttle control. At least that's what I think. That's kind of like what it was on the track when we're at the racetrack. Just the battery just kind of just freaks out and cuts you off. So yeah, really impressed with the BAC2000 in regards to the range. And all I can say is the ride is smoother because of the controller, like the throttle and the way the motor operates. It's smoother than the X controller, and you get that regen to help you slow down. It makes it an even better street bike, is all I'll say. It makes it an even better street bike in regards to it versus the X controller. It's great. I like it. I like it a lot. So maybe one day we'll go do another bike party and we'll see how it does with the range. Like I said, I could probably hit 40 miles with the X controller, and then we'll probably do another. Range test on the street, just without riding in the bike lane. So we'll just, as much as possible, we will try to stay within the speed limit. That's what I want to say. Yeah. So we'll just ride in the speed limits. Like if it goes 40, we'll try to keep 40. But and yeah. But I'm planning to change the sprocket on this, so I don't know if we're gonna get to do that. Also, we'll also be taking it dirt biking. I'm gonna try to take it dirt biking. I know I can get 20 miles of riding with the dirt wheels and the 62 sprocket. So we can benchmark it 20 miles. So, but we're gonna be riding it hard though. So I don't know if we can get 20 miles, that would be cool. So anyway, yeah, it was great. I'm impressed by the BAC 2000. And like I said, it's cold today. It's like 50, 60 degrees right now. When I did the range test before on this bike, it was warm. And when it's warm, you get better range because, the battery likes the battery and the motor and all that stuff, it likes to operate at warmer temperatures, not colder temperatures. So we should experience reduced range. So all I'm saying is like the range could have been better. Like maybe we could be at like 36 miles and we'll have the same state of charge we are right now. So all right, so thanks for watching. I got a couple clips of me riding and stuff. You know, I tried to ride as long as I could today. I would say, well, we got 10% left. I would say maybe you can probably go another mile or two, and then that's it. And then, so I would say like 36 miles, so which is still it's really impressive. And like I said, I have a lot of weight on my back. The temperature is cold. I did make sure the tire pressure was 25 psi. That's pretty good tire pressure. You could probably put it at 30 psi and maybe get even better range. Is what I'm gonna say, but your ride is gonna suck, man. it's gonna be rough on your back and your back and your butt. Riding it like that. And I did lube the chain. I lubed the chain before we left. So we're trying to do everything we could to get good range. So and I think that's a pretty good. It's pretty good. 34 miles with a 10-11% left. All right. That concludes today's range test. I might. Tomorrow I'll be riding the Cape Calc. So check that video out. I'm gonna go ride my Light Bee over there, and then we're gonna go ride the Cape Calc in the parking lot. It's gonna be kind of lame, dude, but whatever, it's fine. And then I can compare it to my BAC2000 powered Suron. I get just to the Suron in general. I think it's pretty close, but from what I've seen on the internet, the Calc is more powerful than the Suron. Yeah, I think it is, but I will find out for myself tomorrow. All right, it's big out.